There you go.
Welcome everybody to Football Haven, where Rob is totally stressed out over the 49ers about to lose. What's going on, everybody?
Hi, Ruben. How you doing, man? Cheers.
Oh, whoever's here, the 3 or 4 people watching, if we're lucky, tomorrow night, please remember on Taylor's channel, we get to open up our boxes after 3 weeks of sitting on them, so it should be fun.
I mean, just call it an unboxing match. Jesus.
We're having an unboxing match. I mean, we're going to see it anyway later. I'm having fun.
What time is it?
8:30 is real time.
Okay.
7:30.
So probably 9:30 your time, Jim.
Okay. Yeah.
So how's everybody doing this week in the comic book fun? Anything exciting?
Not really. I got some books in, but they're not in this room.
Come on, man.
Pretty decent lot of
Star
old.
Wars.
You can tune in tomorrow.
There you go.
Yes.
Let's see.
But, actually got a pretty good amount. They got me every single cover for House of Slaughter, and I'm like, slow down. I don't need 5 covers of the book anymore.
Oh, I just canceled that with my LCS.
Well, they gave me the incentive one without even knowing what it was.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I just canceled the entire series because it's boring the shit out of me. So
yeah,
I got
well,
through.
All right, the Rams are up by 3. There's a minute 46 left. So.
Uh-oh. Watch Rob's face in stress, and I did pick up an extra.
Mine was weird. I'm delayed somewhat apparently because to me it's still tied, and I'm supposedly watching it live.
I'm just watching the game cast on ESPN.
Yeah, I'm watching Hulu, so it's like. But I figured they were kick a field goal since it's 4th.
Yeah.
So all these are there's no blowouts, man. I mean, all these games have been close. So
yeah.
What up, Film Age? What's up?
That's the best
White
part.
Tiger?
What's up, Chris?
Las Cruces isn't here. What the hell?
There's about 25 different lives going on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He can only mother so many.
This was always the slumming it live lot, anyways. So
yeah.
I did pick up. Let's see here. I won an eBay auction the other day. I did X-Men 48 for $9.50. It's not here yet, but
48.
Yeah.
What shape?
A little beat up, but whatever.
There you go. See, now the Cruise is here. You feel happy now?
Yeah.
Cruces is alive.
Watching
the game.
Yeah.
I think Rob's the only one that might appreciate this. I picked up a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Brave and the Bulls for $15, including the first Metamorpho, first Wildcat and Silver Age, Origin of Starman, bunch of like low 50s, like 50s to 60s.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm checking my
Unless they're falling apart.
I mean, they're lower. They're not fantastic shape, all of them, but whatever. For what for $15 for the lot, it's like,
yeah.
I won a Star Wars #2 for 99 cents today. We'll see what kind of shape that is.
Was it a Whitman at that price?
The original series?
What?
First print. Had no bids. The buyer had 150 rating on eBay, and it was the middle of the afternoon. Everyone was watching football. I just happened to tune in with 2 minutes left, and I put in a $1 bid, and I got it.
Jeez.
Nice.
You know that shit is coming in a media mail.
I know. I mean, honestly, and the seller was real responsive. He sent me the tracking number within an hour. I think it's first class shipping, which is I'll take.
It's the problem with the media mail and comics is that's actually like eBay's default.
Yeah,
and so it's oftentimes it's not the shippers that are, other than the fact that they don't change it when they schedule the thing, but it's just what eBay does, and it's.
I don't even let people do. Yeah, I don't let people do that when I sell on there. I just it's first class shipping. So
my 48's not bad, not a bad copy. So
although pretty funny. I mean, I got one of the books I opened for the Monday mail call came in a diamond box, right? And it was a slabbed comic in a diamond box, and it was shipped media mail. Got here in 3 days.
Nice.
I should notice in my comic. Well, I don't know. My comic shop says they can, through Diamond or whoever, they can order CGC books. I thought graded books kind of weird.
Yeah, some of you can. That's what I picked up the last week. The Eat Bang Kill Tour. It was a Dynamic Forces. It's through Diamond. You can get certain books graded. They come great. You don't. It doesn't tell you what grade it's going to be. It doesn't guarantee you anything. It's just
Yeah,
It
my
just-
guy, my
book
guy
is
school said
CGC.
he's going to stop doing DC books because they can't get they keep on holding them back or something. I don't know. Ooh, minute 42 left. We're on the 25.
You guys
Wait.
want to see what I got?
Yeah.
Sure.
What'd you get? Hang on. Let's
We
Whip
went
it out
to
there, Digger.
make you large.
they're not anything spectacular. We went to an antique place because I don't know, my wife was
my
like, "Hey, let's go to an antique joint." I was like, "All right." So I'm walking around in there, and there was a booth there that had baseball
Oh.
cards.
Sorry,
And
sorry.
comics.
Ouch. Sorry. Did
It's
you
all
look
right.
at the
Game's over. Rams win.
Game's
All right.
over. Rams win. Go ahead.
Yeah, we knew that was pretty much done.
Well, they
And
intercepted.
and
Sorry.
so I start digging through, and most of it is like Valiant, just not my thing. I wouldn't want to call them garbage books, but the guy
They're garbage
hardly
books.
any of them were bagged and board. Most of them were just bagged, but none of them were either they were, really old, nasty looking things. But I picked through a couple. I got this What If,
Nice.
now
Nice.
my camera's gonna freeze because my camera is sucking.
No, I can see you.
All right. And then I got that. All these are $2, and that's about what they were running
They book for that much, yep.
pretty much.
Nice.
$3 book on
Spiral,
eBay. This is more than $3. I paid $2 for this one. This one actually is more on eBay. This is probably like a $7-8 book.
Nice.
Just because of the X-Men are in it.
Oh, nice.
Just more ROM, just because I wanted it, and it was $2. I mean, come on. These were the best thing, and they were clean copies. They're newsstands. I mean, I don't know. I might read it. Gary B swears by ROM, so
Well, yeah, but that.
Nice.
Ever
Turn.
since,
All right.
Ever since the penile book, I've not been doing.
I got this X-Men 146.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Got that for $1. Got this one for
Not bad.
$1.
Nice.
Oh,
And they're
nice.
great. I mean, these are clean, man. I thought they'd be all beat up, but these were actually clean. Got a nice Daredevil. This one was $2. I don't know why the X-Men were only $1. I thought they'd have been more. This giant size 200th issue of the Justice League, that was $2.
Nice.
That's like it needs a press, but other than that, man, there's like no spine ticks. And this is one of those square bound books that it's really clean. And
How old is it?
I mean, it's George Perez. It's probably from the 80s.
Yeah, probably early
Yeah.
80s, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And it's a wraparound, and I looked it up. It's like an $8 book. Got this Green Lantern 150 just because I've never seen that before. And I was interested. I might read that one. And then here's one that I got that is strictly, it just brought back memories at like 5 a.m. before I went to work. This cartoon was on every morning. The Centurions. It was like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of them.
Yeah, I remember. I remember the guy wearing the sort of kite thing. That's about all I remember.
Right. Yeah, this guy. He was the fly one, and he was like the one was water. This guy's water, and that guy was like earth. And they were like sort of like Iron Man before they were Iron Man, was big. But I saw that and was like, oh, I'm getting that. So I'm over there, and the old man starts talking to me. He's like, oh, you see anything you like? I'm like, yeah, there's some stuff in here. I picked this magazine thing up, and he goes, do you know what that is? And I'm like, I don't. He's like, you want it? I'll give it to you for free. And I was like, sure. But it had the X-Men on it. So,
oh, wow.
It was
That's
free.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's all black and white. It's, he threw that in, and I thought that was pretty cool. It's a bunch of different stories. So I'll definitely sit and read that. This was, when was that? This is 81. Looks like.
Sounds like a new bathroom book.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not minty. It's got like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But you know what, Rob? That's exactly what I was thinking. I didn't want to say that, but I was like, this would be good when I'm in the
Sometimes
bathroom.
when you visit Parliament, it's important to be able to read through the legislation
That's
while
right.
while waiting your turn to filibuster. Stop the filibuster.
Oh my gosh, man! I mean, and that's it. That was all I had.
Nice. If anyone on the panel's feeling bored in the private chat, I put the link to that dollar book so you can go judge my dollar win there. So
let's see what you got. Yeah, I picked up this week. I picked up X-Men 15. Paid a good chunk, about $210. But I was watching
one of the other ones in the upcoming mystery box.
To boot, eh?
Huh? There's a 15 in the next mystery box, but it's my other copy of it.
Yeah, that's
my raw copy. I picked up a 5.0 for like whatever. I was watching on another site. I was watching Comic Tom 101, which I might get his box this month. I kind of like the 2 exclusives, but he's got that one guy on. I forgot his name, but they have that one new website called collectorscomics.com. So I don't know. I went and checked it out. He has a ton of good stuff on there, but the prices are way out of my range. So what kind of shape? That's pretty good.
Definitely needs some
cleaning. I need to clean in, but
yeah,
if that cleans up at all,
well,
even if it doesn't, for $1, it's worth
for $1. I mean,
shit. Do you see the bottom right? That weird little area. Is that something to be cleaned, or what is?
No, look at this across the Star Wars.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean it's dirty, but
it's like there's a lot of color rub that's come off of another book. Yeah. Onto that. That's generally what I see like on books when they've been stacked one on top of another and loose for a long period of time. Yeah,
there's some of that on the back too. So
that little gray area, that little gray guy on the bottom right, I'm not sure what's happening on that. I'm just asking if you guys can tell.
Oh, that's fading too. So I mean, whatever. Again, it was $1.
For $1. Hey, who cares?
Yeah, because that's like the biggest issue I have with my major Inapoc Space Ace book. It got an 8.5. The only thing that's significantly wrong with it is because it was new old stock that was stacked in a box raw, no bags or boards for 60 years.
I mean, I have even if I do nothing with that book but flip it, I mean, it's still
you can put it. You could put because you could turn around and put that right up on eBay for $5.
Make $4 off it.
I'll put it up there for 50 and it would go. Like
I know. I'm just
put that up on Whatnot for 50, man. Those people are bananas.
Those people are freaking great.
Yeah. That's why I need to start selling more big boy books on Whatnot.
Well, if you get them like that, that allows you to do a big boy book for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing of it all.
So I was watching. Wink's video with Switch Comics. See that where he was talking about like store exclusives?
Oh yeah.
But they brought up some good stuff that I did not know. Like in this this new Venom series that I guess it's the new Venom series. There are store exclusives that reveal new characters.
What? Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Like it's not like a cover A that you would come to a comic book shop. It was a story like I guess they cut a deal or something.
But most people
revealing the character on the cover.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the cover is fine.
But most collectors don't consider that like true cover appearances if it's a store exclusive. But
that's why they keep going back to saying that the first null was this episode, the third
Cranky's comics or whatever.
The third, right? Well, they say this the third print of issue 3 instead of the fifth print, the first print of cover 5 that was the store exclusive that actually came out beforehand. Like,
welcome to a confusing, stupid mess for collecting right now.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything against store exclusives in the fact that it does allow other artists to come in and make their rendition of it on, with a cover and whatnot. But I don't believe that any one store should be revealing.
Well, they all have to get approved by Marvel, is my understanding.
Yeah, Oh, I'm sure Marvel has a leash on it, no doubt. I mean, they're not going to just let it go.
Whoever the publisher is, they get choice.
Yeah. It was it's an interesting conversation. That was all. I like.
Sometimes the store is not. It's not the store's picking. A lot of times it's the artist gets to say, okay, you want me to get a cover? Fine, this is it. And then you work with Marvel or whatever, or DC or whomever.
Right.
Yeah.
And I watched some of actual Dracula's today. He had on his Canadian brothers, and they were all talking about, you know, like, CGC and specking and whatnot. I mean, I can't wrap my head. I mean, it's like next level stuff, where you go and say, all right, for FOC, I'm going to go order, 20 copies of this, Thor 20 or whatever, the hot book, or I'm trying to remember which one they were talking about. There was something that came out. The guy was referencing saying, this is, they let you know ahead of time what was going to happen in the book. Nobody paid attention. I bought 20 copies. I sent, 10 of them off to CGC. They came back 9/8, and I'm going to flip them. And I'm going to get $150 for those things or whatever, and I was just like, yeah, but that's a lot of work.
That's it. Well, that's it, right? You get out of your hustle what you put in.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of times where, that's my LCS, they try to control their buying and stuff. And it's really funny to listen to them when people come in looking for the hot book and they tell them, oh, we're all sold out. And then they'll see like, me or somebody else up there with them. But I thought, how come he's got a copy? I thought you said it was sold out. He freaking ordered it 3 months ago.
I mean, that's the same thing.
If you can't be bothered to read, not even waiting up to the FOC, right? As soon the orders and the descriptions of the books drop like 4 or 5 months in advance.
Right.
If you can't be bothered to review that, place your order with your shop ahead of time, or put something on subscription, or check it at the FOC or any of those things.
Right.
Then your
that's
LCS,
on you.
Yeah, it's really on you, because it's not your LCS's job to necessarily predict that this book is going to be hot all of a sudden and have 70 extra copies laying around.
Well, they can't afford it.
They have to. Well, they might, but they have to. They're gambling that's going to pay off, right? Otherwise, they get stuck with a bunch of those books sitting there that they can never move.
Right. I'm going to tell you right now, perfect example of that. I have 2 LCSs here, and the one that I don't have a pool with, I just go and visit from time to time. Rob, they went deep with those Alex Ross covers. I mean, deep. And they have, I mean, right now I can go in there, and the last time I went in there, they had at least 2 long boxes full of different ones. I was like, holy crap. I mean, he just can't get rid of them.
Yeah, and, no, some of those shops, some shops are really good at knowing what's going to sell and what's not, and will order accordingly, and some don't, and some just don't care.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do what they're gonna do. And sometimes, even if you are a good shop, you're gonna miss some of those.
Right.
I know. I mean, look, my shop is still sitting on not a huge quantity, but they're still sitting on a fair amount of like the comic book day, the new the LCS day copies of the Batman and the what was the book I got you? The Vampires versus DC foils, DC. Right? Because they're paying, because DC didn't give them any price break. Congratulations, it's a special LCS day. We're going to charge you $5 with a $5 tag on the front. And now you have to be the bad guy that either has to charge more or whatever. So my LCS has had them at $9.99 so they can make some money off of it, because they have to pay shipping and all the other stuff. But so they've been slowly selling them, but not a lot. They also didn't order 27,000 of them, but those variant covers make it even worse,
right?
Because every one of those books that has a variant cover, the store's got to figure out, okay, well, is the B cover this week suddenly going to be the cover that everybody wants? Is
like that Venom one was.
Yeah. Or God forbid if there's 3 and 4 and 5 covers.
And
then there's incentives, and then there's it's
I mean, I made that my goal not to go crazy. Like, like this whole Black Panther 3 issue 3. I don't care. I mean, people were like, "Oh, do you have any of this?" Some guy came in when I was at the LCS, going, "You got any of these?" And they're like, "Nope, we sold out."
I mean, I applaud my LCS. Usually, they'll for their inventory management. Usually, like if there's an A and B cover, they buy heavier on the A, obviously
Yeah.
for their fills.
Yeah.
And for people who don't pre-order the B covers, there might be 3, depending upon
Right.
the title, that they pick 3 to 5 that they pick up. Batman maybe a little bit more, but they don't get that
Yeah.
many.
They don't get that many. Mine doesn't either. That many variants and whatnot either.
Because they're just like, well, you know what? If you want the variant, order it. Otherwise,
that's how mine feels too. Yeah.
Well, mine stopped getting any unless I tell them I want all the covers. I tell them A and B cover. That's all they order for me. And there's rarely. They used to have an area of specialty covers. They get like some of the Stormbreaker covers of those.
Yeah.
They haven't filled those up in weeks. But whatever Black Panther did it come out? I thought it came out a week ago Wednesday. But they had some Black Panther different cover one up there. And they've got them up there for cover price. I could go pick them up. They had like 3 different covers for that one book.
Mm-hmm.
But really
I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I don't read Black Panther, so I'm like,
go ahead.
It's just like that Wolverine one that Stormbreakers one, cool cover. And last year I'd have grabbed that thing without even blinking, but I'm not reading it, so I'm trying to control, what I do there.
Not necessarily picking up stuff that I'm not going to read.
I just don't. It's just not. I don't need
normally
it.
Pull. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was really thing that's also I can see it on the shelves. The certain things that really kind of also augment their how the inventory moves has been a lot of the recent issues with the shipping of comics.
Yeah,
because well, not just even the damage, just coming in late or whatever else, right? There's apparently, and I've in all my time that I've ever really bought comics, I've always had a pull list, and I do go and I walk the new arrivals.
Sure,
but that's about it. Well, what happens is, all the people who are come in and either they're like me. If something's not in that week on the Wednesday when you go in, next week you have to remember, I have to go through the rest of all the wall, and so that because they only put the new arrivals from this week out,
right?
They do put tags like shipped last week or something out there, so at least you can sort of find them, but it requires effort. And there's a lot of people who apparently only come in once in a blue moon and pick up only new stuff, and if it's not there, so you can see.
Like this earlier, like there's a lot of people who showed up and were super mad at the LCS that I go to because they didn't have enough Batman Fortnite for everybody.
Right.
Because there was mostly Fortnite players at one and not comic collectors, which
right.
That much I do understand where they don't understand how comic shops work and they expect them to have them all. Sort of, but like for them to get all, they were like screaming at the guy that owns a shop. And he's like, not how it works.
Yeah.
They'll get thousands of them.
Right.
But then again,
Target.
With the Fortnite stuff, didn't they reprint a shit ton of it? And
but like again, the casual Fortnite fan doesn't understand how comics work. So
right.
Yeah. From what I can tell, the only one, and I haven't been looking lately, the only one was that last one they put out that had it was Batman Who Laughs. You get his costume in the game, and that's the one I guess wasn't being they'll never was the only hard one to get really out of any of them for some reason.
Well, then you had
I don't understand. Much like Fortnite players don't understand comics, I don't understand Fortnite, nor do I give a shit. So.
It's like Rob and Pokemon.
Yeah.
But what we know is that the LCSs. Then I know some of them had the opposite issue because what they did is they saw. They only ordered the normal mounts. They saw everybody coming in and all these gamers coming in to get the freaking Fortnite and asking for it. So then what do? Is they turn around and went heavy on it. But all that stuff had down. And so then either their re-up orders that they tried to order additional copies or their other issues that came. All of a sudden then people weren't buying them in the quantities and they got stacks of those damn things.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, I mean they definitely. Yeah, I don't know that stuff.
It's definitely not a, as much as it sounds like, oh, it'd be cool to do it, I would never want to own an LCS and have to
No.
try to deal with
No.
it, razor thin margins, and having to deal with, and unless you, and this is the thing that's weird to me. I think the more profitable ones are the ones that do bring on, collections and have and bigger, can sell the bigger books, right?
Right.
And has slab. There's a store near me that has like bins and bins and bins and bins of slab books and stuff, all these different things. And
Right.
they're a pretty big store here. I don't go there because I think it's too dangerous for my pocketbook. But whereas my LCS does the complete opposite. Won't buy collections. Does I think people looked at me weird because last week I did pick up a slab, but that was just because I had pre-ordered it. The store doesn't have a single slab in the shop.
Yeah.
Their wall books are like a section that's maybe like 30 books that are on the wall, and they're like $5 to $15 mid-grade books from the 80s, or it's like
mine has
none of the
small
LCSs near me really carry slabs.
None near here do. I mean, my shop's got two they ordered. One's a Strange Academy, and one's a Batman book. He ordered, put a high price tag on them, and nobody will buy them.
Yeah, very much.
See, my LCS has the one. It's a small shop that I go to in the city because it's on my way home, and then he has this big store further out of town, in like the next town over,
where real estate's cheaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he got a whole building, and he has tons of slabs and stuff. But I know that like this guy that owns it, his sister works at the same place I do. And he said to me like 1,000 times, he's like, "Oh, I've got all this, some bronze and some copper. I got good stuff." And I'm like, "Well, where is it?" "It's not here in your store." And I'm talking to his sister. He goes, "Oh, that shit's in my basement. He needs to get it out soon." And I was like,
make her off on it.
I'm like, if you need me to just buy some off you to get it out of there, I don't want to start no trouble, but your brother's slacking. I mean, I went in there one time, and he has stuff from like, I guess you could say it's old. It's 2000, 2005 and stuff, but it's not what I was looking for.
Sure.
Yeah.
I made the mistake to look for shops near my mom's house, and the Bunker Brothers are just around the corner within 3 miles of my mom's house. And I asked her, like, "Oh, we're only appointment only." And then I realized what it was, and I went, "Oh yeah, no fucking way I can afford anything in here."
Yeah.
I'm good. I've been meaning to follow back up with my LCS owner since she got into her new building, and I was going to do get to go in there, do an interview, and do a tour. But because they combined their shops, and they are obviously the bulk of their profit. Let's see, it's 4 different locations. Oh wow. They're most of the real estate in their building is dedicated to gaming, and it's board games, puzzles, pops, freaking
right,
all the other stuff, and then they have probably almost half the building to a third to half of the building is dedicated to tabletop gaming area, where if the pandemic ever disappears, because they haven't been able to do it in a while, where they actually do these have game nights and stuff, and do card game tournaments and all those other things. I'm sure it's much more profitable, especially since they sell snacks and drinks and sodas in the place, so that way to the gamers back in the game table area. But
which they're buying for like $0.25 and selling for $3.
Right. But when you're the comic book guy and that's all you care about is the comic book side of it, it's just gotta am I really in the right comic book? I love the people. I love the my manager knows what I like, and he gets the stuff that I help occasionally throw stuff in my box. Say, hey, this came, you didn't request it. Did you want this? That's just all great. At the same time, I kind of miss the ability to walk into a store and just have I get jealous when I see, I was pulling out, look at all these things I found for $2 or $3 and stuff. You're like, fuck, I wish my store had that. You know, it's just,
I got now our secondary store that doesn't. This guy that just opened up is mainly Guru, whatever. He does tons of pops and some toys and stuff. And I was offended by this. Now I go in there during my lunch hours at work or after work, and one day I went in, I had some mud on my boots. Didn't think about it because most people I apologize. Normally when I think about it to my comic shop, they go, oh, no big deal. We're gonna this guy. So I went in this week, and I had barely any mud. I dropped 2 pieces on his floor. He basically went off on me. Said he was a ban me from the store. You did this last week to me, right? You know, and I'm like, I walked. If he would have just said, dude, he would have just said, you know, watch when you come in. You know, can you do it without mud? I would say, yeah, I'll come in on Saturdays when I don't work. I would have done that, but just the way he came at me, I really wanted to say, dude, you know, you're in a fucking store. Shut the fuck up and clean it up. It's your shit. I'll get out of here, and I won't ever come back. I don't have to spend my money here. They'll have like a Web of Spider-Man #1, you know. Oh no, I'm sorry. Thing #1. Here's an example of thing #1 is sitting there for $60. That old book from the 80s, $60 price tag on it. It's got 20 spine ticks on it. He thinks he's giving me a good deal on it. I'm going, okay, have a nice day. I have spent some money on when I find stuff I want, but still, it offended me. If you would have just said, hey, you can watch your boots and, you know, just don't come in when you're muddy. Some days it's muddy and I don't think about it. So I would have gone, okay, cool, no big deal.
Yeah. Sorry. Scott, anyone that can have multiple locations of a comic shop is doing something right.
Right.
That's pretty good. In Vegas, there's a comic something or other. I forgot the name, but they've got like locations. They used to have a lot more in like almost every strip mall around Vegas, but now they're down probably 5 or 6.
Chicago's got a bunch of graham cracker comics and stuff that they're kind of spreading throughout the Midwest.
Chicago's known for their deep dish comics.
Yes, they're like normal comics but fatter.
And cheesier.
9 minutes left. I don't want to spend.
Now, do you like ever? Well, I see that's the thing. So, I have gone with a buddy of mine, and we've kind of done like a little loop around Maryland to a bit, like found other LCSs just to hit, just to, you know, check them out.
In Vegas.
Yeah, just to see, and one of them, you know, a lot. Obviously, the pandemic caused a little bit of strain, but they were like, you can come in as long as you have a mask. And we were like, okay. And we walk in, and all of the new comic books are along the wall, and they stretch all the way around, but they have put these barriers up. So any of the old backstock, you can't go. And I said, what's that about? And he's like, yeah, we don't want people standing too close to one another. And I'm like, well, what are they doing right here on the new comic book wall? The guy is standing right next to the other guy looking at the same thing. And he's like, I don't own the store. That's what the owner said. And I was like, wow, it was crazy. But the prices were a little janky for me on some of even their, I don't know. We did end up not going back.
In the early days, we were like that. My LCS was the place where the new comics were. They had reconfigured the store shelves so you could only walk one direction
right
in the store, and there was like X's on the ground for waiting because you couldn't have more than 3 people on the new comic book wall at any given time. Their back issue bins were blocked off back when they used to have back issue bins at their old location, and they were blocked off, and you weren't allowed to go through them. You could only give a list of what you were looking for and drop it off. Then they would go through and look for you because it was a confined space, and people weren't sure about. That was back in the days of when we still didn't know, like, oh, if I touch something, I'm going to spread it to.
Well, that's kind of what it was. It was during that period, and I got it, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't get it because they're standing on top of each other. You don't have any divider or any tape or anything. It was just they didn't prep it right. So, but
our LCS manager would yell at people, "Get the fuck away from the wall," because he was.
Really?
Oh well, first of all, he's one of those comic book employees that doesn't understand customer service all that. I mean, he's great if you're a regular.
Yeah.
But if you're like a new person at times, I mean, I cringe the way he treats people sometimes.
So he's like the epitome of a comic shop owner?
Pretty much, except he's just
But
the
see-
manager. He runs he
Yeah.
runs he runs both. He was running both locations. Now that he's the overall manager for the comics and the gaming side, but he also he was just recently had finished battling cancer, and so he's got immunity issues
Yeah.
Right.
and stuff. And so he was like super paranoid about everything, and that's fair enough.
I don't know.
Well,
I just, we went to different shops, and that's when I found. Actually, that's when I love that shop that Ackery goes to. Michael Ackery. It's not big at all, but man, they have really good books, and I won't say they give everybody deals, but I felt like I got fair deals. Like there was a cut. Like when I went, I know I spent over $100, but there was like, he's like, this is saying $5. We'll make this $2. This is saying 10. We'll make this 4. And I was
That's
like,
the right way to do it.
and he would just,
you don't want to make money.
he's like,
it's supposed to the other way where they're coming up going, oh, tagged it
Yeah,
too.
let me check what this is going for. I need
this
this.
is
right.
$50.
No, I mean, these guys, they buy so much stuff. It was about volume and whatnot for them.
Right.
And like, so he would look at one and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay 15 for that one. That's actually marked correctly. But, so I like going to those guys, but they're a drive. I mean, they're not close. So I have to be, when I go, I just make sure that I'm going to hang out and find something good, but they usually don't disappoint.
Vegas was, I'm looking now, it's Maximum Comics used to be on every corner, but they're only down to 2 locations now. But then you get, if you're in Vegas, go to Cosmic Comics. I think is probably, they work, like you said, more in bulk. They have all of the, they'll have all the 1 of 10s and 1 of 25s just behind the regular editions. And you'll find the whole entire outer edge is all, loose books. And they don't go back. So if you're looking for one of those top 20 books on whatever that, on the app and all that crap, you can find it for whatever price they had it on. They don't go back and look up every week and do that kind of stuff. So, if you want a first appearance of something that you just found out about, I found quite a few. I mean, Vegas, there's not a lot of the shops are pretty expensive, and not a lot of them have old books anymore. There's only a few that really have.
The shops that will invest or will do the buying, and I understand a lot of shops didn't, and a lot of shops are still struggling, being cash poor.
Right.
But the shops that are able to bring in and buy, especially not just onesie twosie books, where they're able to buy, collections and whatnot. It's where they're going to be able to increase their margin on those back issues, buying in bulk and stuff. Or when they sit there and they go, hey, you know what? Maybe you don't do. I'm not going to buy 2 high-end books, but if you're a regular there, someone say, hey, I can.
Well, that's what I was saying. I
can do a mix of cash and trade, or
right.
or
I don't get
whatever.
down there. I'm not a regular, and they still gave me deals, so that was good.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one thing. I mean, I wish I liked in the past. It used to be like, okay, if I could do something, I could bring in trade. Okay, I got these to sell, and it's okay, great. We'll give you X cash, or I'll give you X in trade, and it's like. Or something you can mix and match stuff, because whether I put it in credit and pick it up on a weekly basis, I mean, especially when you guys see some of the stacks I bring home and everything else, it's like, if it's under 3 digits, you're happy. It's versus, I'll burn that. My LCS normally every once in a while they do like a $1,000 gift card, where the $1,000 gift card you pay or I think you pay $1,000 and you get $1,250 of store credit or something.
Yeah,
and it's a bit. Now they don't get a lot of those because there's not a lot of people dropping $1,000 just like that to do that. But I mean, to get 25% discount essentially on top of your subscriber discount, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And if you can swing it, is a great way to go. But if I went in there and they said, hey, you know what, I'll give you 25% extra on trade-ins versus them paying cash, you know what, there's certain books that I don't want to be bothered selling them on eBay or something, and I'm going to move them so I can get, and the shop has something I want, or isn't gonna, or like I said, even if I get credit there that I use now, I got that money I would spend every single week for several weeks. instead that I can reallocate elsewhere,
I don't know.
Might be interested.
I mean, these guys, they go out and they buy collections, and they're not buying anything local. Trust me, I was talking to them one time, and they said, we're getting ready to get in the truck, and we're going out to Ohio. We got, we just bought a collection from a guy out there. It's got a lot of good stuff and whatnot. So they're always turning stuff over, but they also offer these deals, and I think this is really neat, where they'll go in and they'll let people know. They'll say, hey, we're going to do this, this what they call the dollar bin diving. And what they'll do is they'll sprinkle keys in it, so you might be flipping through and all of a sudden there's a, $20 key or, something that you're like, this isn't a dollar bin. It is now. It's in the dollar bin section, so
to bring people in
So they also they've started doing mystery boxes. I missed their last one. They're talking about doing another thing of that, but they got on Whatnot too. They know that they can make more money on Whatnot. I watched their Whatnot sale, and people were bidding like insane. I was like,
yeah, if you want to shop these days, you have to do Whatnot. You have to do eBay. So my shop in town that does new books, like I said, he works on 911 San Antonio, Texas, as a film guy. So he's gone all during that time, and he leaves a bunch of high school and college kids in charge of it. Nobody buys new books. They don't get anything new, nothing old. And he really, I think he's just using the shop as in the end, as a retirement thing. He'll put more time to it then. But like I said, he's telling me that he's so hard to get DC books on time and everything. He's going to stop ordering them. So I'm just going to be getting all my crap online now. Like I wanted the Strange Dogs, the second, whatever that second series is, number 2. I didn't get number 1. I had to order number 2 online. So every week I've got to double check everything I buy.
Right. I mean, Eric gets most of his stuff online. I don't think he goes to an LCS.
I mean, if you're not like, the only reason I don't is because I review them every week and they don't show up fast enough.
Yeah,
but, otherwise I would do it because you can get them cheaper online usually too. So
because they volume.
I guess Thor 20 was a big book. Maybe I'll go pick, if they have an extra one in my LCS, I'll pick up an extra maybe for the fun of it. But I haven't really been buying that much. Yeah, I've got
that's on my pull. That's on my pull. So it was already in the box when I got there, and they said the guy was like,
that's like second on for some reason too. So
it's like they were like, that's a $15 book now you're getting for cover price. I'm like, he's like, that's why you should put things on your pull. And I was like, okay, I don't know why you're telling me that, but sure.
I have a mix of stuff. It's like sometimes I'll put things on my pull and sometimes I won't. I mean, I'll try. Like
this is back.
Because I don't like, if I put it on the pull list as a subscription, it means I like the book well enough to read every goddamn issue of it, which is rare, so.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Does your store not go through the online ordering?
Yeah, I can do Comic Hub and I can do it weekly too. I just have to remember the FOC and check it every week, which I don't always do either. So
I'm thinking this next Doctor Strange is going to be specky because it's now going to be
you buy like
Clea.
Yeah.
One of them's got like, you get the 1 of 500, and all the other ones it's like $1,200 for every book. And I'm like, I might pre-order a few books. Is that it's got the female on the cover? Are we changing Doctor Strange's or something?
Yeah, it's going to be Clea now.
Yeah, but so we have a movie coming out with him in it. So who cares what's in it?
Maybe not.
This is gonna be how this. I mean, it'll be a little short series about how he gets his thing back, because they'll want him back in place by the time the movie starts. So.
Well, just like you said, that Daredevil 25. Why is that spiking now? You said second or third printings. I've got a few of those, I think, laying around.
Yeah, I don't know. I've sold a bunch of them on eBay this week. I don't know what's going up with it. So
are they going higher, or what are they going for?
I mean, they just I had them up for like the same price they did 6 months ago. They all of a sudden this week, I had no sales for 6 months and then 5 this week. So it's like,
is that the electrical one?
Yeah.
Well, that's why.
Series, we know
that. But she's only got it. She's in a Devil's Reign miniseries too, and so that's all. I think they're gonna reset her and put Daredevil back in Daredevil.
I love this. This is one I bought last week.
That's a cool cover. Yeah.
Yeah. I it's the only one I picked up. They had several different ones.
Which one? Jim was on a different screen. Sorry. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I like the art on this one. The other one was they had they had several different covers drawn by that artist, and I was like, oh, I like this one the best. But I'm, it's the Devil's Reign story. I don't have that on my pull, but it's okay.
Second print looks like it hits about $8, and first print's 15 to 20 now. I was just curious. I mean, I don't really give a shit, but just wondering.
Yeah, well,
I need a trip to Vegas to go hunting because I'm really getting around here. I'm getting stagnant. I'm not picking up any books every week because I was not reading much anymore. So I want to.
So my shop order makes me order through Previews World, which was great when it was Diamond, but now it just kind of sucks in that like you go through here, and here I am I'm looking at the FOC right now, and there's a fair number of covers that still don't have an image, and it's like cutoff is like, how am I supposed to know if I want to get that
Right.
book or not? Right? I mean, come on,
Yeah.
I gotta go look somewhere else to see whether or not the covers something I want.
Mine goes through Comic Hub,
Yeah,
which is fine, but they don't carry I can't order a lot of indie shit. Like they'll have the bigger ones, but they don't have them Promiscuous Time Traveler rubs it in. He's like, you don't even have half the books. I'm like, I don't have access to half the book.
Yeah, the only nice thing the one nice thing I do like about the previews, ordering through previews, is at least like you were saying about having to go back if you just order them, having to remember to go back and check FOC stuff. For me, because I have stuff that's on subscription, I do have books that are on subscription. Is that, and I do have some that are just orders. Is that every month when the new catalog drops, they send me an email saying, "Hey, all of these have already been ordered for you based on your subscriptions on this new catalog," and that's my trigger to go, okay, let me go take a look and see what's up.
Well, I did just do my way too late for FOC thing while we were chatting for this next Monday. Like some of it's a crapshoot too. At least this way, like I can still go in and say, hey, these are next Wednesday items. And I was like, yeah, put one of those in my box if you have one.
And that's how I am with like the incentives with my LCS. It's like, hey, if you have one available.
Like I tried to get a couple issues or a couple of copies of the Black Panther just to flip because I don't give a shit about the series. And they didn't have any, but I was like, whatever. I made the request, and they just I went to the store and they just laughed at me. I'm like, it's worth a shot. It's like it's better than walking in on Wednesday. I'm 2 days. I was 2 days earlier than Wednesday at least. So
all new Firefly.
They give me the previews, and I could go through there. I just kind of like order the books. The series I look at it, and if something new like that Wolverine Death and Life thing came out, I bought the Life one, but I haven't had a chance to read it yet, so I didn't buy the Death version. I guess. I mean, is that just some 2-off series or something? I don't pay attention. I guess I think that's why I'm missing
leading into the Eternal X-Men or X-Men Forever or whatever. Who the fuck that was?
I tried to read that new X-Men series. That new X-Men series, I really tried to like it. I still can't get into it. Read 3 out of the 7 books, and I can't make it past it.
I was reading Hellions, and they ended that one. That was the only one I was reading. So
what's up, Chris? What are you up to? Since you're quiet.
I'm just into the conversation. I'm nervous. I'm filming something later. Nice. I'm going to be live on Instagram, so it's going to be juggling. I'm going to be looking at some comics that I have no information on. Like, there's none. I got confirmation from the company today that they can't provide me anything on the books. So I just found out that there's a second print out there that looks exactly like the first print, but there's like a collector's special edition that came out after the first print. So technically, that's the second print. I don't know. So all I know is that if I have the first print, I'm gonna be pretty pumped. But if I have the second print, guys, I may be banned from Instagram because I didn't know.
And of course, with all that, you don't know anything about it.
I don't know anything about it either. Yeah. Know nothing about it. And it's fascinating to me because these books exist. And I don't want to say it because they're sitting pretty right now because nobody knows what to do with them. And so they're putting them up for steals. And I'm like, all right, I'll take them. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm nervous because I know two of the 9 first number 1 our first print. I know that much, but
is that gonna be?
I'm really confused, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's very confusing for me too. It very much is. I thought I was getting pretty with 9 first prints. Then I found out that the second print that I thought I had isn't really the official second print. There's an official second print that came out years later, and the company doesn't know anything about it. So that's I don't know. I don't know what that is, but I'm excited.
Okay.
Right. Randomly vague, but we'll deal with it. That's okay.
I also need help because I'm thinking about purchasing something now. It's a signed book. It's about $20 more than what I would get the other thing for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
4 signatures. All I know is that when this book was up, there's only 5 with 4 signatures available, and I checked eBay. There wasn't any on eBay. So $80 for this book, and there's a trading card, a trading card that is a prototype. So it's like used to market over in the United States. So essentially, they made a bunch of promos to sell over here, and this is one of them. So it's technically a one of one. And so
I mean, if it takes off, that's a good investment. If not, and you just buying because you like it, then yeah. If you're buying it to flip, that's always a risky thing. So
it is very risky because I don't know anything about promo cards. There could be like 100 of this one card, but all the indication is there's like a sticker on it that's like, oh, this is number 5 or number 4. So
here's a question for people in the or anywhere for Mr. Box's Light. I know you guys don't do cards, but what would you guys think of putting in as a GP? I'm thinking about adding to this newest one in the card section of the 9 card sheet. 2 of them will have sketch cards of original art cards.
That would be cool.
I'm thinking about adding I have them, and I really don't collect the characters. Actually, I have 3 different ones, but I'd have to have one shipped from online. I've got 2 laying around that are pretty good cards. I don't collect the characters, so it doesn't really do much for me. I tried to trade. They're about $35 each if you find them online, if you can find somebody. But Marvel did not put out a 2021 Masterpiece set this year. Yeah, I know you guys don't care about cards, but still. It's kind of,
usually
it's like ASMR content for me. You just keep talking. You're going to put me right to sleep. It'll be great.
Gee, thanks. I just think I might be 3 hours away from you one of these days. I doubt it's going to happen, but hey. Making good money, but where I'm going to live, who knows? Oh.
Hey, Taylor, Big Blue went up this week.
Big Blue.
Big Blue.
My the next door house.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I can go move there for 1.4.
No, more.
Oh, 1.6.
1.55.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's Big Blue look like? Since I don't know you guys.
It looks like fucking painter's tape.
It looks like it's a house across from Rob that they just painted this wrong color.
They bought it to flip. They bought it to flip it, and the house is like it's bright blue on the outside, like painter's tape, and the inside is.
What's Taylor's big chair? Go ahead. The inside's what?
I think it's like all white or something. I'm trying to look to see if I can find the listing.
You should.
Looks like it should be right next to a seaside town or something, huh?
Oh yeah.
Every house in the street is all earth tone.
Right.
And there's big bright and blue.
We
had a going off topic. Monday I was working with what they call a main, which is a main gas line. So we had to dig. I'm not going to get into the whole specifics. Either way, the lady's yard that we're going to have to dig into because her easements are off. So we need to get in there and dig out where the main ends. She came out and talked to us as I was doing everything. And I told her, hey, I'm here for Dominion. We're finding the line. We need to get into it. We need to be able to see it. We don't know where it is right now, so we're kind of digging around using our tools. And she knew all that, right? 2 hours later, I had 3 city engineers. Every single, the water company was out there. The cable company was out there. She called up and reported us as illegal digging without asking. Except for the cops. So it was all with the cops. Oh, wow. Oh, hell, that's $1.5 million for that?
Yeah. Well, it's California, Eddie.
I know, I guess. So then my father-in-law's. Oh, jeez. That is ugly.
That's a fucking headache, man.
I mean,
yeah. What do you think they're? I mean, like, who told them that was a?
That's the old. That's what it used to look like.
Oh wow, that is some ugly stuff.
Well, they do tell them to paint white, leave the walls white, but that was a lot of white.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not painting this house again.
That is. Where's Taylor? He's got to see this thing. Taylor, come back.
I've seen it.
When I move,
inside, though.
I'm taking the stuff and loading it up, or getting it all put out, and they can paint the walls whatever the hell they want to paint it. I'm not painting nothing. I already told the realtor person. We have a friend that wants to, if we ever sell, she's like, "Oh, I want to sell this house." I'm like, "I'm telling you right now, I don't mind staging it if you want to stage it with some stuff, but I'm not painting this fucking house."
That's what we're thinking. I don't know how the hell we'd sell this house. Taylor. It's worth, it's only worth about 3.7.
Show, put it back up so Taylor can see the inside.
Oh my God.
So it's all white with the blue furniture.
Yeah, so it all ties into the outside. It's very interior. Right. I mean, the inside's not bad.
It's a 4-bedroom, okay.
Yeah.
1.5 bath and a 4-bedroom.
That's what it used to look like.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't great either, but it's not bad.
It's ugly. That's real ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're claiming this is 1.7 is the estimated value they claim, but yeah, that's they're asking 1.55 right now. This is just
and Zillow is just they use algorithm, they do their best, but
anyways,
yeah, we had our house was just done for $370,000. They came in and looked at it to appraise it. I'm like, I doubt that, but you can think.
It's pretty funny because it was like you saw it. It's like they're asking 155. It was just that from the previous sale, which was whatever 2 or 3 months ago, however long it was since they bought it and redid it to flip it. That was like 1.2, and then before that was 48,000.
That's the original owner, right? Yeah,
it's like in California with Prop 13, where they limits how much your property tax can increase. The state and governments are very happy.
Yeah, when it ends up selling, yeah.
And I don't know if they get sales tax on it or not. I don't know.
Oh, the government always gets theirs. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's getting it for sure.
There will be a deed transfer tax and yeah.
Somebody's getting it somehow. Usually not in a good way.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, our whole area. Is this going to be your whatnot sale?
No, this is. I might hold on to this. I just like this cover. It's a spec for me right now because it's sort of similar to a poster that came out for. I think it was a fan poster for Thor Ragnarok. But it's a Walt Simonson.
What issue cover. Is it?
I paid $3. It's $3.78. Okay. I paid $3 whole for it. So
wow. So what's everybody? The shows this week. Everybody caught up? I don't care if we talk about anything, and when it comes to that. But what was Boba Fett's impressions? What was Peacekeeper's impressions?
This is the best Boba Fett episode yet.
Right?
Was it a Boba Fett episode?
That's why
I have this theory of the way everyone's complaining about it. The name of the show is
Oh my God.
Fett. It's just showing the storyline of it's just telling the backstory as of right now. So I mean, I understand the first 4 episodes were boring as shit and nobody liked them, but it was just telling what happened to him after he got eaten.
10 minutes. I got time.
I'll be quiet. So to me, that's the whole thing. People are complaining. Fine. So hopefully from this point on, we have some stuff happen, but I still think he has no way of actually. I don't. His little force of 3 people and a few ugly guards and some kids with motorcycles. But still, I mean, it was a great episode. I was like, okay. I told my wife about it. She's like, wait, what? Because she watched the first few episodes of Boba Fett and said, no way. She hated Peacekeeper, too. The comedy, just hated the comedy. I'm like, for us, I loved it. I mean,
Taylor.
Yeah.
According to Realtor.com, there's already a pending sale.
Oh,
nice.
Wow. Probably.
Well, there you go.
There's a lot more pictures of the inside, though. Actually, on
some new neighbors.
They're using. I mean, in order to make it look even more spacious, of course, obviously the staging always uses minimalist furniture, right?
Yeah.
But there's a sunroom that's attached to the house. That's where they put the dining table. Was in the sunroom, so that way there's no. It's that way the rest of the floor plan all looks bigger and stuff than it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Wow, sale pending.
Well, looks like
in case you're wondering, according to that, also the estimated monthly payments would be $7,500.
Yeah, that's
holy shit. Yeah, more than I make in a year. What it would take me? That's like what if I could pay for 5 months of a full year's salary.
It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,576 square foot on a 6,600 square foot lot.
I think our house is way bigger than.
Yeah, it's contingent according to Redfin too, and they're usually tied into the MLSs, so that should be up to date.
Only paid 1.1. Jesus.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You're gonna be moving next to Blue the dog from Blue's Clues.
I don't know who it is, but I've only seen a couple people come by. He hasn't really never had an open house.
Well, here they're throwing up houses.
It's a realtor's dream, right, Taylor?
Yes. I mean, honestly, like everything in Santa Clara, according to Redfin, is a hot home, and there's not very many of them. So
yeah, that's it. It really is.
Yeah, it's like everywhere else in the country, just no inventory. So
right, and we're surrounded by tech jobs. So
yeah,
we're just to the west of me. They're building 5,000 houses. So the market
should be 992 square footer up for a mill.
Jesus. Oh Jesus!
Yeah. Well, mine is just. I think mine is like 1312. I should. Curious.
Yeah, none of these are very large. It's like they're all modest sized houses that are at $1.5 million. Like,
yeah, the older homes are like that, which actually in this market is actually an advantage. Simply because the bigger homes, people start trying to ask like 2 and a half and stuff, and it's like if you're trying and your ability to get somebody to be able to afford a home, is far better a chance of getting them in on a lower, starter home at only 1.2 million.
Yeah, $1.2 million starter. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, mine's listed at 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,312 square feet.
Oh wow! Estimated value of our home is actually $20,000 less than we just had it when we had it looked at. Might have gone down. According to Realtor.com, it's only worth $356,000.
If I don't know what the commissions are out there, it's probably very different than where I'm at.
I think they're taking less commissions because they're making so much off of each house they sell.
Yeah. But if it was if I brought in a buyer to that house and the commissions were equal to what I got here and it sold at list price, my take home for that home would be about $21,000.
So you'd only need to really, especially for where you live, you would only need to sell 3 or 4 houses.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like if I get licensed to work in California, crash on your couch, and fly out there 4 days a year and sell homes. Like, yeah.
Just have to kick back Rob a couple of thou, and he'd be happy to.
Not that much.
I'll just give him a gift card to his comic shop.
There you go. Just don't tell his wife. Just slide that.
Every week you're out here doing that, you have to go. You're covering my comic shop.
Oh Jesus! I'd rather just pay rent somewhere else.
It's like in a hotel room would be cheaper.
Rob, this shirt is accurate no matter what.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty insane out here. I am very glad that we got ours when we purchased ours.
Yeah.
and at the time, I remember thinking because it needed Section 1 work and everything, it was sold as is. I thought at the time that I was severely overpaying when I paid $515.
I gotta tell you, I've yet to ever meet a buyer that does not think they've overpaid for a house.
Oh, I didn't.
We didn't overpay for it.
Well,
I didn't think I overpaid. I actually got when we bought this house, they wanted what did they want? 165, and I put in for 162, and the lady took it. And her husband, who was a real estate lawyer, was out of town when she agreed to it. And he got he got really pissed.
Yeah, that's 162 is not bad.
No, yeah. And so I wanted to come in and have the rip up the carpet because I knew there were hardwood underneath, and I was gonna have it all this stuff done. And the guy's like, nope, because he's like, you can't do it I wanted to see if I could get it done earlier, and they were because nobody was living in it.
Why not to do that?
And he was just like,
yeah.
He was like, no, I'm not going to let you do it unless he said something like, for another 5,000, I'll let you do it. And I was like, that's okay, buddy. I'm over.
The thing is, Jim, it's like it's all still the seller's house until the day of closing, and so it'd all be pure liability on his end. So I wouldn't have let you do it. I would have, if I would have been his realtor, I'd have been like, fuck no, like you're not letting that happen.
It didn't matter. I mean, we had a month between when we were leaving the apartment to go into the house anyway. So we were able to, get it done.
Anytime it's like early occupancy or early work shit, it's always a risk. So
yeah. But we paid 162 and they're all the way up to like, I think we're around 325 now up here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when we did ours, it was because they were asking like 530 or something, but we said, we managed to buy it. It hadn't gotten listed officially yet. And we knew about the house because it's next door to Mary's parents' house. And so we talked to them because we knew them, or Mary and her parents knew them. And, we basically just agreed they wanted to sell it as is and everything else, and we said, okay, we'll do it. Their broker was like, okay, well, if I can do both sides, I'll just take a $5,000 flat commission and be done. And I said, okay, great. Well, then I'm going to offer you this because you're not paying for you're only paying for this, you're not paying for that.
Yeah,
you boom, done. And they're just like, okay, fine, whatever.
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of buying a house that the realtor is also the seller's realtor.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a little bit of like, who is she rooting for here type thing.
Since the price was pretty much all we did was basically say, okay, deduct what the commission was going to be is down to this because it's just a $5,000 flat, and they wanted to sell the house as is, so there wasn't really any other shit going back and forth. It was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Gotta tell you, Jim, in that situation, the realtor's just hoping the goddamn thing closes.
Because then they don't have to do any work. They just made.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. They have to do minimal work.
Right. Well, I just me personally, and it's just me being paranoid. My wife shake her head at the whole thing.
And like for every deal like Rob described, there are nightmare other ones. So it all comes out in the wash. Like, it's just
so. All right. Well, it's 10:30 here. I'm going to jump off. Yeah. I need to do that before I go to bed.
Don't do it, Jim. You got so much to live for.
But it's been real, gentlemen.
All right,
it's been real and it's been fun, but you can't say
y'all have a good week. Fun. I'll see you.
See ya. I think Eddie died too.
He's unbelievable that how could they do that to me?
And you need a special edition Kiss Wizard?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I gotta hurry up and sell this before the last remaining Kiss fan dies.
Sorry about that.
Whatever.
I'll be quiet. You're in a cranky ass fucking mood, aren't you?
What's the name of the show?
Yeah, that's true. Fuck it. Look at
my wife's something to become pleasant for you there, Eddie.
Look at my wife's dad's house where they live. Check out the size of this thing. Let's see. Zillow's estimate's the only place. 1.8 It's 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2,900 square feet of house, 2 stories, 1.265 million. Jesus. Gated community in Fullerton.
Oh, Fullerton? Okay.
Yeah.
Fullerton's out a little bit ways. It's significantly less expensive. That's why you get a 2,900 square foot house for.
Well, it's a gated community, but there's no backyard. I mean, seriously, there's like 15 feet wall.
Yeah, a lot of those they build those things in the backyard as minimal spacing, especially in those gated communities, which is fine because you know what, a lot of them are people just they're elderly people or they're communities that are like 55 and up and whatnot.
Yeah, our house is okay. It's like I had it up for a minute ago. Here it is. Ours is what 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,600 square feet on a quarter acre. His estimate's $380,000.
Yeah, the only reason why I have the only reason my backyard is really decent for what we're for the suburbs, and that's mostly because I'm towards the end of an inside corner of the circle. Yeah. So my front yard is narrower to my backyard. It just really expands out in the back, probably quite significantly, actually. So I actually that's when I can entertain 75, 80 people in the backyard with all the tables.
Yeah, we can.
Stuff. It's like, what's that?
Did you say 75 to 80 people you can host in your backyard in California?
In California, that's a backyard.
Yeah, and I have because I'll set up like 10 folding tables and canopies, and I have big canopies that are strung all year round in the backyard. It provides shade, and I got multiple smokers, and we'll set up the other.
We got a bunch of barbecue stuff. Yeah, actually, I didn't think Zillow would actually have the last sale price. It's close, I think.
It's public records.
Oh yeah, $159,000 we paid in 2015.
Yeah, it's all public records. So
yeah.
They'll put it on there so people can see a trend, especially if in a house like that sold recently next door. You can see, oh, hey, well, it sold for 1.2 just 2 months ago. So you're asking 1.5. Okay, well, what did you do that's justifying you getting another $300K?
Yeah, the lady next to us has been trying to sell. I don't see. She doesn't have it up on any of the websites, but she has a for sale sign for like $3. I think they say it's only worth $385. She wants about $379 for it. So, but her backyard is better than ours. Ours is just a dirt.
Tell her I'll give her $10.
Yeah.
She's old and annoying.
Okay, 15.
So, Rob, I have a question. I'm looking at a book, Golden Age, Weird Fantasy. There's only one on eBay.
Right, there's not a lot of those.
Yeah. It's a 9.0, 1,500 roughly, maybe 16 to be safe. And it's that cover of the planets colliding with Earth, and the aliens are looking at it and stuff. Is that a fair price? 1,500? Is that?
I'd have to try to do research on it because it's really
those gold age are hard. Yeah.
They're all over the place to try to guess. But you said what weird fantasies?
Weird fantasy, I think number 16. I don't know. It's only graded 1. It's only graded 9.0 on eBay. Right?
Only a 9.0 for a golden age book.
Yeah, I know. That's what got me. I'm like, yo, that cover is pretty damn.
Let's see. Weird fantasy. What issue?
I think it's 16. It may be something else.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I actually think.
Oh, you pulling off
this one?
Oh, yeah. You showed that a few weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, that shit. I'm like, I'm looking at that book, Rob, and I'm like, 1,500 sounds.
Yeah, but this is the reprint, right? So these are these EC Classics reprints and whatnot that you can get for.
How much do you love this book, sir? Because
it is a pretty cool cover. But
it's a very cool cover.
It is. I know.
You can get one a graded 4.5 for they're asking 380. So.
I mean that's you know what, I think I could go that way.
Yeah,
but I have a hard. Yeah, I have
that's my weird balance with collecting is like, do you really need that one book in a high grade versus that one book and 4 other really cool fucking books that could,
There's actually a fair amount of graded.
Yeah.
Well, so there's a really long check the private chat for the really long link that I found, but like because it doesn't show up on a traditional search, it just shows up because they don't have it labeled as CGC, they just have it up as graded. So
okay, here it is. Yeah, let's see. Weird Fantasy number 16, CGC 9.0 high grade EC Demolished Earth cover 1952, and he's asking $1,549.
Yeah.
Wow.
The last 9.0 was in 2019 at 837. And before that it was 450. But even with the market taking off, I would find it hard to believe that it's worth that kind of money.
Yeah. What I would do if I were you, Chris, I would use if that long link works for you that I put in the private chat, I would click on that. I would add it to your watch list and see if the guy starts sending you offers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have it on my watch list.
The most recent sold of that book, a 5.5 sold for $400.
Scott wants to see the cover again, Rob, too.
Huh?
Scott wants to see the cover again.
I don't want to make him big.
Yeah, it's between that one and one with the nuclear bomb. Those I love those covers.
Look, within the last 30 days, a 5.5 sold for $400. And then within 90 days, a 7.5 was $600. But
okay. Well, I need to be more alert. Okay, then let me pump the brakes on that.
A year ago, I don't know, that seems very high to me for that book in reality. But
it depends on how you like to collect, because $1,500 will get you a hell of a good key issue of something else too, or whatever.
Also it's the eBay, right, where everybody's asking 30% more than it should be. I mean, it's probably in a 9.0 based on
Scott's probably accurate. He said realistically more like $1,000.
Yeah, exactly. That's where it's a $900 to $1,000 book.
There's another one that's up. I don't know what it is. It's a good cover. It's signed. It's verified. It's CBCS, and I think it's 6.0 with a pink or red label. And it's that one with the rocket going from the gold rocket, and you see the nuclear bomb, and it's a 6.0. So,
the red is just their old version of some old slab. That's all that means. So
signed by the guy who did the cover on the inside, I think. So I'm looking at that one. I'm like, that one's more my speed, and I think it's under 1,000.
All right. Well, since this deep into Eddie's show, almost nobody's gonna watch, and this will be on tomorrow.
Nobody's actually gonna watch. We know this.
It's just Scott watching right now.
Nice. Yeah, I know. Oh, nice.
Issue 5, Mystery in Space.
God, that is so gorgeous.
I mean, it presents way better than a 4. I'm sorry. If the colors are as bright as
it's a 4 because there's tape on the cover down at the very bottom and the very top. Somebody's put just a little bit of tape. I can do it on the white side. You can see a piece of tape there, a little piece of tape there, and then on the inside there's notation of tape on the interior cover as well. Probably, I can see based on some residue, there's a tear here, so probably there's a piece of tape on the other side of that because you can see the discoloration. So that little bit of tape, that's what really knocks it down more than anything else.
Yeah.
But because this is a more recent slabbing, so that's why you're going to see that it's getting the blue label with the tape versus the earlier days. Tape would get you a restored or something.
Yeah.
What I appreciate about that one is that the tape's not invasive. You know, it's not all the way down.
Yeah, it's you can tell it's somebody doing minimal repair with Scotch tape to keep it from splitting. Yeah, keep it from splitting further, right? And check that. You got autogram. Yeah. Hawking you some Wheaties.
Oh,
That's too funny.
Ding dong.
So Taylor, you're a fan of My brain's
Peacemaker?
gone.
Yeah.
Peacemaker. What did you
make
think?
this all equal now. That's fine.
I am. I'm getting there. What did you think of the latest one?
I enjoyed it. I think the episodes that James Gunn directed are a little bit stronger than some of these the later two, but I still thought it was a lot of fun. Like,
yeah, I don't even look who. I don't even. I don't pay attention who directs them. It's terrible. I know. I like it.
It's a fun series. It's good popcorn show. You know, it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my wife was offended by it.
And it keeps me entertained from start to finish. Like, as opposed to like the Boba Fett, where it's a slog for me to get through most of the episode. It's like, do something. So, like, it's one of the reasons I started picking up all these weird ass old DC first appearances, because like if DC were smart, they would just like throw shit at the wall like that and see what sticks. Like, yeah, we're gonna do a Metamorpho show. Fuck it, you know. Like,
that's true. Yeah.
Element Lad needs his own show. You know, whatever. Like, yeah.
I was I had only seen the first two, and I'm still only seeing. I have a theory that I haven't told anybody about that I want to.
What do
you think? So I think that Peacemaker's dad is going to either. I think he has other. I think he has other Peacemaker clones, and I think you saw their helmet on the table. I think so. Yeah, I think he has some clones or something. He has something because
we know he made a bunch of helmets.
Helmets have different special abilities.
Yeah,
right.
But he said he didn't make it. He didn't make them for him.
No, he made them for his brother.
Yeah, his brother was dead.
Okay.
Yeah, you might have missed. If you're not caught up, you might have missed a little bit of that. But like,
okay, so he made him for. Okay, then oops, never mind. Clones off the table.
Never mind.
I jumped the gun.
Do we think what's her face's daughter's dead? I'm just curious.
You can spoil it, dude. I'm cool. I
can't remember the lady's name. I mean, that's all I know.
No, she's not.
She's not. I still wonder what they're going to do about that.
Somebody will walk in.
So yeah, someone did. I just figured, why would you sit there if you saw that? Why would you yell?
Your first reaction, you just react.
It was a treat.
I guess, yeah, I know. But nobody knows he has one of them caught in a jar, do they? I think they're gonna try to make the character more mainstream and more change his actual from the wacko character he had in the movie.
Well, this is setting out to be sort of a redemption arc for Peacemaker.
He's having the character growth.
Yes.
Sometimes they do that in stories.
It'd be nice. I hope.
But the thing is, I'm not sure. Like, it seems like all the bugs can talk to each other somehow, or they're
No. What? That's what I was gonna say. Is that what's that caterpillar that appeared in? I know it's its name. Shazam villain.
Mindworm.
Is that its name? I thought it was something else.
I have no idea.
I'm not up my Shazam villains.
It's like a caterpillar with a voice modulator, and it like controls stuff. It appeared in the Shazam movie in the post-credit scene.
I haven't watched it. I need to watch that. I haven't seen that movie.
I don't think I saw the post-credits on that one.
It's Mr. Mind.
Yes, that's it. Oh my god. Yeah.
I was confusing with Mindworm from Spider.
Yeah.
Nice. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think they've really given enough clues to really say what's going on yet as far as that goes. But
yeah, but I saw that caterpillar. I'm like, oh my god, what does that mean?
Like honestly, I know it's not. I'm guessing it has a much lower budget than the Star Wars, than Boba Fett. But when they do use it, the CG, they do an effective job of it. Like Eagly looks pretty damn good, and so did the bug. Like,
he does. Surprisingly, he does look pretty good.
Well, we're coming up on close to 90 minutes, and I need to go eat.
Yeah, yes, I'm gonna go.
We are good, guys.
All right, everybody, Chris, what do you got going on? You're going live on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm going live on Instagram at 11. I'm gonna be bagging some comics with these bags and boards that I got. I've never heard of them.
Big fudge.
But
easy being delicious.
I know they did vinyl and stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I have some first prints. So come check it out. 11 p.m.
I might be sleeping by then, but if I'm awake, I'll come check it out.
Yeah.
Anachronic, yeah, fair enough, man. Go to bed.
Yep.
Rob, what do you got going on?
Taylor, you're on featured right now.
Okay, fine.
Well,
tomorrow, Eddie and I are having our unboxing match where we're swapping a mystery box and telling tales of comic book collecting and other shit. It's about a 45-minute to an hour conversation, and it should be interesting. It should be fun. And so that's at 8:30 Central Time on my channel, Taylor Winder. Check it out.
Nice.
And then I have reviews. I have this week I'm reviewing Umbrella Academy, the Dallas trade paperback, and I'll give that one away. And you can watch my latest review, which was, what the fuck was it? I can't remember what I read. Just watch the latest one.
I watched it. So. You didn't like it.
Yeah, it was a World War II comic. It was Iron Ghost. Yeah.
Comment left below.
Yeah, there you go. Leave a comment, you can win it. But watch the video so you know. Anyways, it doesn't matter. All right, that's all I
got. Me. Yeah, Monday tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. My new comic book day thing will drop. Mystery into mail this week, and then Tuesday is Sidekicks Talk Comics. We have a panel of 4: Freaky Louie, myself, Chris the Comic Vet, and Full Nerd, and sitting down to discuss Spider-Man, and not the movies, and not necessarily just the current story arc, but just overall character feature.
Sounds good. Okay, guys, all I can say about me is a new mystery box coming out this week. Slab 10 Raw books. I'm still working on it. Pretty much anywhere. All boxes will be $150, but I think it's going to be $165 shipped. Is that what I put? No, $170 shipped. So each box is over $155. The top box being close to 200 and something to 300. So just some fun books in them. It was kind of something I just want to put together. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Have a good night. Don't be a dick. Cheers.